The first time Kinga ever fell in love was in the 3rd grade. He had dark, shiny hair, brown eyes, and slightly crooked front teeth. His name was Isaid, and he was the most perfect person in her whole class, and it was impossible not to love him. All the other girls in the class had little crushes on him as well, but Kinga was different because she loved him, and that meant she meant it more. Sometimes she would see him at recess and imagine hearts floating around his head like in cartoons. That's how she knew it was real. He was the best looking of all the boys and the fastest runner when they played kickball and the most funny of all the kids on the playground. And he was nice. She was sure he was nice, even though she never really got to talk to him herself. You see, the problem was that Isaid was very popular, while she very much wasn't. She had a single friend, Fimi. They were friends because they were the only two that no one else wanted to spend recess with. And that was fine. Kinga didn't really like most of the kids in her class anyway because they made mean jokes and told her that the lunch she brought from home smelled bad, and they just weren't very nice at all. Fimi never said anything like that. Fimi hardly ever said anything at all unless it was in class. So it was fine that Fimi was her only friend. Except when it kept her from being noticed by Isaid. He was always surrounded by groups of people, mostly boys. Mostly boys that made rude comments about her. She just couldn't understand why Isaid would spend any time with them. But then again, he was nice, so of course he would be friends with anyone, even rude boys. She wanted to be brave like Lacey or Virginia or Iman and just talk to him. They didn't seem to mind the other boys one bit. Kinga looked over to the far side of the field where Lacey and Isaid were getting married again. It was their 3rd wedding. Iman and Virginia were there too, supporting their friend, even though Iman had only just ended her marriage to Isaid during math before recess. Virginia was sticking little flowers and twigs in Lacey's hair, and Iman was ripping up blades of grass which would be thrown over the happy couple after they were officially married by Denny, Isaid's best friend. She thought about telling the playground attendant that they were breaking something so that the wedding wouldn't happen. She didn't do that, though. Instead, she sat in the field alone except for Fimi, her friend of circumstance, and watched the ceremony unfold from far away, as she always did. Ever the unknown crasher to Isaid's weddings. She picked flowers from the grass, plucking at petals and watching them fall, hoping one day she would be brave enough to tell him she loved him.